Hello, beautiful people. It's Natalie at Fashion Confession Gal. Today, we will be speaking to Ugoci. She is a fashion designer. She designs gorgeous gowns, bridal wear, shoes, and she has a sewing club and so much more. Ugoci, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. So, for those who don't quite know you yet, how about you introduce yourself and tell us about how you got started as a fashion designer?
So, I have always wanted to be a fashion designer. That's the only thing I wanted to be as a child. But in my country, you are either trained to be a lawyer or a doctor, and my mom wanted one of those. So, I had to go to school to be a diplomat, right? And when I came to America, I met my husband and I came to America. I knew that America was a place where you can pursue your dreams. So I was already trying to get into the fashion industry everybody needs to pay bills. So you get a regular job and you start working. But when God has called you for something, somehow He forces you into what you're supposed to do. And that's what happened in my case. I lost my job because I had to go on maternity leave again after having a baby. And um, I had to just start doing something. My son that I was about to have was diagnosed with Down syndrome. Because he was diagnosed with Down syndrome, the doctor told me that I cannot have a regular job. I'm not going to have a regular life. I should have an abortion so I can be able to live. I decided that the best thing to do is just start a business so that I can have time for my son. I'd rather have a son than not and not, I don't want to lose my baby. I just wanted to have him no matter how God made him. I just want to have him. And that's how I started my business. And I am so grateful because it was the best thing I ever did for myself and my career.
That is such an incredible story. It's bringing tears to my eyes. And how beautiful is that you get to do what you love and have your family as well. So,
Yeah.
tell us about where the inspiration for your designs come from and how you turn that into a collection.
My inspiration comes from my culture. I don't know if you know anything about the Nigerian culture, but the Nigerian culture is very vibrant, very out there. We love colors, we love shapes, we love everything. We put everything in one code, right? So I wanted to bring a little bit of that fun to the industry. I wanted to be able to take African silhouettes, African culture, African inspiration, and translate it into a Western silhouette so that everybody can enjoy it as much as we love it. Because if we gave it to the world exactly the way it was, it's too much. But I wanted to be able to fuse the two and be able to, give it to people and have them enjoy and feel as happy as we feel when we wear our clothes.
Well, your collection really does show your traditions and your culture, and it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit how you go about finding your clients?
So, how I find my clients is first of all, when I started, it was mostly word of mouth. People loved what I was doing, and it grew like wildfire. Every time I post a picture, people were sharing, and I just want to be thankful to all those people who actually, um, did that for us in the beginning. But now that as we continue to grow, the way we find our clients is through trade shows, fashion shows, and also what do you call it? Pop-up shops. And some boutiques do carry our brand as well. So we are actually working on getting into as many stores as possible. And that is the next thing for the brand.
What are the core ideas that you started with to build your brand?
For my brand, the most important thing is comfort. Okay, we sell comfort more than anything else. And then for the core values, I we want to make sure that everything we're making for people is actually like we use um, quality products. quality materials, quality everything. Like everything that we touch, we just have to add a little quality in it. It does not matter how much it goes for, retail or how much it is. I just love the quality of stuff. I want to make sure that it lasts. And another core thing is that it has to be wearable. People have called my designs wearable art. So we want to be able to make it wearable where you feel good enough to be able to wear something as like what I'm wearing and wear it out. It's a lot of beadwork, but it's something you can wear out. Quality is just everything for us. Quality and comfort, and of course making sure that the places where we source our materials from, they're ethical and, we don't use child labor or anything like that.
Tell us a little bit about your process with designing. Are you using pen and paper or are you using technology or apps to help with the design process?
I used to do a lot of sketch on paper, but I discovered Preta template, PRETA template.
Okay.
My accent comes in sometimes, so I want to make sure people understand what I'm talking about. I used to use a lot of Preda template, and I still do because it helps me stop worrying about the figure of the model. I just translate the vision I have, and it's quicker for me. So I use that to sketch out my designs, and then I turn it into 3D designs where we get some, flats. And then, sorry, first of all, we start with flats and then we go to 3D designs. And then I send it out for manufacturing. So if I was manufacturing it, but if I'm making it myself, I just do my sketch and then I do my pattern and then I make it.
So
So that's
you're
for the
making
couture.
a lot of the garments yourself? I did not know that.
Yeah, I do a lot of couture. I make a lot of my wedding gowns and gowns. The thing I'm really good at is making gowns. So I used to do a lot of couture in the beginning when I started. But now, since we want to have more people experience the brand, we had to, diversify.
How did you locate your manufacturing partners? And do you manufacture locally or internationally?
I'm the kind of person I travel a lot and I see and meet a lot of creative people when I go out. Like I actually pencil it into my calendar to go around and find local people who do wonderful stuff. Like the jacket I'm wearing is an artisan in India. And when I visited India, I went inside the markets in Mumbai and I was just looking for people who can actually make like handwork, beadwork, right? And I was able to find a good one that can sew and also do beadwork because that's the problem. Most of the ones who can do the beadwork cannot sew. And sometimes you want to be able to send them your design, your sketch, and have them do, the most of the work because sometimes you have to do the bidding before you join it and that kind of stuff. So when I'm in whether I'm in India or Turkey or wherever I am, and then I do work with a lot of women who weave fabric called ashoke in Nigeria. So they weave my designs into the fabric and they send it to me and I make it. So it's just working with different artisans around the world and creating beautiful pieces. And then, I source manufacturers for my ready-to-wear lines in Turkey. And, I went to Spain the other time to look around. So that's how I do. I travel a lot.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I
And
promise you.
and how special that you can have these individuals from all over the world contributing to this final garment, to your final pieces. It's like everybody's beautiful energy kind of woven together. Not to mention you're creating jobs in your own country. So that's really
Yeah.
special.
I love that. I have a picture of the women who do the weaving of this fabric, and every time I have like a talk or a symposium, I do show them, and then I show the fabric that they made and how I turned it into my own design.
Beautiful. Why don't you tell us about the future goals for your company?
So the future goals for my company is for people all around the world to walk into a store and pick up a blazer like this and be able to wear it, pick up the dress that I'm wearing and be able to wear it. And my jewelries, just that's the goal, and that's what we're working on. We're working on the jewelry brand line. We're working on the handbags. We're working on the jackets, the coats, everything. We want to be able to make as much of this as possible available to women who love to wear comfortable clothes and love style and do love luxury. That's what we just want to be able to provide, like comfortable clothes that actually speak volumes and can translate from day to night and still look great, you know?
There are so many individuals who are ambitious, who want to be their own boss, have their own business in the fashion industry. Is there anything you would like to share with them?
Yes, I would love to share because personally, when I started this business, it's hard to start in the fashion business. There are very little amounts of mentors, and then there are very even fewer people who are willing to share the real information. So for me, I don't want to gatekeep. I don't think that's something that we should do. There is enough people in the world for all of us to fit in. And I want to make sure that I am providing valuable information to people who are starting out. First of all, starting a luxury brand or even any brand at all, whatever you want to do, is possible without money and rich friends. I started that way. That is how I started. I didn't have rich friends back then. And also I just moved to a new country. So I just moved from Nigeria to a new country. I have an accent. I don't have the education in fashion to do anything in the fashion industry. I didn't know how to sew a straight line when I came to America. I had no idea how to sew anything to save myself. But I still started a brand. And if I can do it, you can too. So here is what the things that I will point out to you. Develop a skill that you know will help you save money. For me, it was sewing. I didn't know how to sew. I could sketch, I could draw, and I know how to put my ideas into drawings. But one thing I couldn't afford was to pay people to work for me. So what I had to do was to learn how to sew. I did not take a sewing class. I just went to YouTube University and I learned how to sew. There are really good teachers on YouTube. So, and now even more so because the internet has blossomed. And when I started, very little people wanted to show you what they were doing. So learn a skill that is going to save you um, money. Another thing is to learn pattern making. And I'll tell you what the first person who was going to do my manufacturing told me. She said, you don't have to make it professional. Just cut what you like, how you like it, place it on a paper, and trace it. And if you can't, buy an old pant, open it up, trace it, and then modify it from the paper and give it to us, and we can make it for you. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Learn a skill that will save you money. That's number one. Number two, if you're looking for a manufacturer and you're starting out, America is quite expensive, but I'd say for the first few products, stick to America because it will be more expensive for you to go outside the country, order all the samples, pay the shipping, and when it gets to you, it's not right because that happens a lot. If you're not going to be there personally, like I was, because I love to travel, so I just made sure that my travel works in with my whatever it is I'm doing. However, if that's not a possibility for you, go to downtown LA, Fashion District. Do not look where you have the fabric, but those stores behind it, there are so many tailors who do little work over there. They will take your pattern and they will make your design. Sometimes, even if you don't know how to make a pattern, they will make the pattern for you and charge you extra for it, and you explain exactly what you want. I just want to make sure that anybody who's starting out does not have to face the difficulties that I had to face when I started. First of all, I didn't even know where to start looking for tailors because this is America. Skills are so hard to find. And once you grow a little bit, try out international manufacturing a little bit and see how it works for you. If it doesn't, keep it in the US. If it works, but remember, traveling opens up a lot of doors for you. So travel, go to trade shows. Trade shows are good if you're not exhibiting, it's still okay to go to trade shows. Why? Because you make connections. You see what other people are doing. You hear how other people are surviving in the industry that you want to do. So go to Magic in Las Vegas, get the free ticket to go in as someone who is purchasing and see what is happening, see what other people are doing. Nobody told me these things, and it took me years and years and years to find out. So please do that. And I will still tell you to have a lot of faith, believe in God. God can open up doors. I want to cry saying this, but God can open up doors. It's not easy, but if you have perseverance, you have God, and you have a talent and vision, anything is possible. So keep working hard. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Do not give up because one thing is not possible. There are 10 different ways to do the same thing. Find what works for you and do it.
Well said and so beautiful. Do you mind talking about your sewing club for a little bit? Because I do think if people were interested in learning some skills, that might be an opportunity for them.
Yeah, so my sewing club is for exactly the same reasons that I'm talking to you about being able to cultivate skills, being able to create more people who can actually do stuff with their hands. If you wanted to do something with your hand, if you had a passion for sewing, where do you start? Sometimes you can go to traditional school because we all have things we're doing. If you're a mom, you have a job, you're a child, you have school, all that kind of stuff. But my sewing club makes it fun because when you come, you go home with one product that you made yourself. So I provide a pattern, I tell you exactly how to sew, and we begin slowly. And by the end of 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you can now sew a straight line and a curve, and maybe you have a scarf that you can wear, or a pillow, or skirts, or something that you can actually, work with. That's what my sewing club is. My sewing club is exactly to target people who cannot start a business because they can't do something. All of us want a white collar job. Nobody's learning skills anymore, and that scares me a lot because a thriving economy is an economy that can produce, not consume. So I want to be able to also provide a little bit of help and give back to the community that has given so much to me. America has given so much to me. So I want to be able to do my part.
Well, it does sound like you're doing a lot, and I want to thank you for your contribution to the fashion industry. I think that we have an alignment in our goals is to help those who would like to have their own businesses get the skills and find the resources that they need to be able to move forward. So, people are going to want to see more of your collection. I will be sure to include the links below, but what are the best places for people to find your brand and get in touch with you?
Well, the best places to find my brand would be my website. But I would say something though. We are rolling out so many new products. We're launching on the 12th of December with all our new collection. So if you want to buy anything like the jewelry, the jackets, and all that stuff, I would suggest wait till we launch all our lines on the website, um, December 12th.
That's so exciting. Are you going to be having a launch party?
Yes, I will be having a launch party, but it's not going to be December. It's not going to be in December. It's going to be in January. And
Okay.
I'm planning that. I think it might be in Orange County, fingers crossed. I'm so excited about a handbag because I'm such a handbag girl. So I have put a lot of myself into this handbag and I cannot wait for it to come out. So you're gonna have a lot of stuff to buy. I promise you, you're gonna love it.
So thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to add to today's interview?
No, I just want to say thank you so much, Natalie, for inviting me to speak and talk and be part of your podcast. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a blessed day and best of luck with your launch. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.